everybody. All right.
It was during the late 80s that we started collecting records, not just the known stuff, but also unknown stuff. We're also always looking for stuff we hadn't heard before. And in the 90s, we also collected a lot of, we still collect, but that was the main time where we found all the good records from Poland, because they were available on the flea markets and everything. It was like Komeda, Jazzanova, or I don't know, dozens of names that made really great records. And I have the feeling we know a lot about the Eastern countries. And after my feeling, I think that Poland has, I don't know, had a lot of freedom to release good music. Also sang English. In East Germany, it wasn't allowed to sing English on records. And they had good jazz musicians. We had like maybe 20 good jazz records in the GDR, but in Poland it's like, I don't know, 200 or 300 or I don't know. So it's a lot of good stuff to discover, and we decided to release a Polish jazz, best of Polish jazz album we found, what we preferred at that time. Yeah.
It's not enough. It's a different style, I would say. I mean, Jazzanova, we come from the electronic music background, so we started making hip hop, using samples, programming everything. But over the years, we discovered also the live part of making music, because yeah, it gives you it's a totally different palette you get to work with if you work with real musicians. And we also put more focus on composition and recording our own cool sounding sounds, like we used to sample, but now we recorded everything on our own. And we have the feeling it was a good step to put the band together and go on stage, because it's also cool when our DJs, they go on stage with the laptops and they play records and they are alone. But when we perform, it's always a little different when we play with the band, because we are free to play with each other, and that gives new situations, and we like it. We really played a lot of shows in Poland, and we always had a very good audience. They always were really into our music. They wanted to party with us. And tonight we play a quite shorter set than we used to play usually. But this is also interesting, because we decided to take more like the party, the dance songs in 45, put it into 45 minutes. And what we expect, or what we're looking forward to, is just really have the energy between the band and the audience, that we party, that we get a feeling.
Older? Seasoned?
Like
perhaps?
Legendary.
Legendary. That's a good word. Okay, there you go. Remember that.
It's good for them that they can start and that they can discover stuff, and if they're really into it, then they can always go a step further and learn more stuff. Start with an iPhone, if you like it, if you're really into it. You will start to buy a laptop, you will buy software. Later on you want to record vocals, then you want to incorporate instruments. If you're really into it, it's a progress. And it's not a bad thing that people can have the tools to make music.
I think really important is that everyone still, to a certain point, is self-critical. I think you should not do something and think it's maybe just the best because you just did it. Just listen to it, check if it's cool, maybe put something aside, try something new. We are always self-critical. We started with tracks that disappeared. No one ever will hear them because we don't think they are good enough to release them. I think that's important to train that.
Yeah.
But that's something that comes with time and experience, I think, also. You know, and if you're always, I don't know, I guess everybody has to start somewhere. I think that's the point. You have to start somewhere. Unfortunately, you know, sometimes technology can, in the hands of an inexperienced person, can be very dangerous too, because they can redefine what is good and what is bad according to what their knowledge is. But they can only really deal with what they know. So, but you have to be open enough to acknowledge when something isn't as good as somebody that you maybe admire, whose work you admire. Like, I want to be at that level. I want to sound like this, or I want to be able to compose like that. Or I want to understand how to write lyrics like that, or how to produce like that. So there's all these different levels that sometimes I think technology can sometimes fool somebody that's new to it, that just because you have this, you can go to that level. Like there's levels, there's steps, there's a progression, like you said earlier. You know, so there's a learning curve to everything. And just when you think you've learned this, you didn't really learn it completely. There's always something more to learn, no matter what step in the process you're in. Whether you're an engineer, or whether you're a songwriter, musician, singer.
That's the cool thing about it.
Yeah, but that's the best part.
What keeps us working.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you also have to remember why you're doing it. You know, hopefully people always remember why they're doing it. You know?